Hello dear friends, this is YEM from Dynamics Audio. Welcome to our channel. Today I will show you 3 important things about Yamaha Expansion Manager, advices that will make your life easier and prevent you from having problems in the future and losing your precious data. Number 1. Yamaha Expansion Manager is one-way process only. This means that you cannot return back the installed data from the keyboard to the Expansion Manager. Everything goes only one way, from the Expansion Manager to the keyboard. This is very important as many users do not understand this feature, so when they reinstall the operating system, upgrade the computer, or for any other reason lose their Yamaha Expansion Manager installation and need to start fresh, the Expansion Manager will not show their packs as before. It will be empty. This is why it is important to keep a backup of all your packs so you can always import the packs back into the Expansion Manager, otherwise you will not be able to export back from the keyboard as we mentioned earlier. It is advisable to have at least 2 backups of all your packs, one locally on your computer or some external drive that you use for backups already, or another on the cloud, for example Google Drive or any other similar service that can be used for retrieving your packs if your local backups are not available for whatever reason. Number 2. Every pack has its own unique address. Yamaha Expansion Manager can hold up to 128 packs, with each pack having 128 normal voices and 128 drum kits. This means that your keyboard is able to load and hold up to 32,768 voices and drum kits, which is a lot. To manage this large number, all the packs and voices need to have a unique address so the keyboard can easily find every one of them. The address is called program change number and it contains 9 digits divided to 3 groups, and I will now explain how it works. This address is not different than your home address, so you have your town or city, then you have your street, and finally you have your house number. Those 9 digits divided into 3 groups are just that. The first 3 digits are your city or your town, the second group of 3 digits is your street, and the last 3 digits represent your house number. As we mentioned earlier, the Expansion Manager can hold up to 128 packs, so the first 3 digits are the pack number. This section is called the LSB. For example, this pack here has the LSB number of 068, and this is the location of the pack within the Expansion Manager. And this is how the address for all the sounds in this pack starts, with 068. Then we have the street, which is here represented by the MSB number of 063 for normal voices and 062 for drum kits. This basically means that our drum kit address will look like this: 068.062. And finally, the house number, it's the position of the drum kit itself, which is in this case 001. So the final address for this drum kit will be 068 as our pack address, 062, which is the drum kit bank inside every pack, and finally 001, which represents the drum kit position within a pack. So why is this so important? First, let me say that you don't have to know all those numbers and remember any of them. But as you can see, all the packs in the Expansion Manager are sorted in some way. Usually this is an automatic process, which many users simply know nothing about, as the software does this by itself. But every pack is on its own unique number, and when you use all those voices and drum kits in your styles or registration banks, the exact address of every and each voice and drum kit will be remembered within the style or registration bank, so the keyboard can find them easily. Again, if you reinstall your operating system or change the computer, or for whatever reason lose your Yamaha Expansion Manager installation with all your packs loaded and sorted automatically like this, then you will need to use your backup as described earlier in our advice number 1 and load them all again into the Expansion Manager. The problem in this, being an automated process, is that every time you import the pack, the Expansion Manager will give it a different number. So In the end, all your packs will be at different places in the keyboard, and all your styles and registration banks will search for their voices and drum kits in the wrong place after this. For example, our pack was at 068 position, but now it is at, for example, 017, and that means that all the wrong voices will play for our styles and registration banks. As I mentioned earlier, you don't need to remember any of those numbers and addresses. Simply to solve this, you need to make a screenshot of this window and keep it together with the backup of all your packs, so if something happens and you need to re-import all your packs into the Expansion Manager again, you can manually put all the packs to their correct places. Number 3. Yamaha Expansion Manager is not forward compatible. This means that you should always use the latest Expansion Manager when you purchase new packs. If the pack is created with a newer version of the manager than what you have installed, the pack will not show correctly within the manager and it will not install correctly on the keyboard. It is known that Yamaha is always late when it comes to Mac OS, so if you are not able to install the latest version of the Expansion Manager because the software says it is not tested with the latest version of the operating system, simply ignore the message, install it and test if everything works well. Usually everything works as intended. It is just a developer's message to the user that the software is not fully tested, which doesn't mean the software will break automatically. In most cases it works without any problems. Other solution is to install the Windows as a virtual machine inside your Mac. This will take you around 30 minutes to complete, but you will always have a Windows ready for this or any other similar task. This is it for this video. Share it with your friends. If you have any question, please feel free to leave us the comment down below. Bye!